Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about 3 War Thunder updates that I think will make the game a lot better. And these are just my opinion. I do have more than 3, but these are just the 3 that I wanted to talk about today, because I think they're the 3 best ones. So I'm just going to quit yapping and go right into it. I think the first update that I'd really like to see in War Thunder is bomber cockpits. I've said it time and time again, I'll say it time and time again, I really want bomber cockpits, man. I like playing bombers and, you know, they never update them. I just need my cockpits, that's all I need. Like, it's not like you don't have the resources available. There are plenty of images and there's plenty of places you can go to look at the cockpits. They have no excuse other than they just don't do it. I don't know why. But yeah, as someone who really likes playing bombers, it is devastating that we don't have this still after however many years. And that also brings me on to the second update, kind of, not really. The second one I'd like to see is sort of related to bombers, but it could be applied elsewhere, and that's more diversity in the games. Like, as in big bomber escort missions in ARB. I'm not talking about like the little limited time game mode one that we had that was kind of trash. I mean, like, I want to see hundreds of them, like the pictures, you know. And some of them will be players, some will be NPC, and then, you know, you do the same with fighters. You have some fighters that are players, some fighters that are NPC, and that'd be, you know, a big fresh break from the current ARB, because I tried ground pounding in my SU-25 the other day, and it went just about how you'd expect it to. Aside from that though, you know, you could apply this to other game modes as well, as in like ground RB. You could have more diverse things there rather than just you know, standard like 3 capture points or team deathmatch kind of games. Why don't you have like dynamic things like an enlisted, where you've got the battles that you push back and forth as you fight forwards, and it's like, it's kind of the objective game mode, but like it feels more fluid and more real, I guess is the way I put it, because you're not always fighting at the same 3 buildings. You know, you're fighting for that building, and then you're defending that building, and you're fighting for the next building, and you lose that point, you have to go back a bit and stuff like that. I want to see that kind of gameplay. I get it's not Battlefield, but like, come on, I really want something like this. And like, there's so much capabilities that they could do with this. There's so many possibilities. That would really break up the, you know, what can sometimes be quite mundane gameplay loop. And I think it's just a really big missed opportunity that, again, I believe Gaijin has the resources to do and to execute well and in an enjoyable way. I fully believe they can do that. And the third and final update, well, you know, again, possible update, this isn't like coming stuff, this is just stuff I'd like to see, that I think War Thunder could add, and that I think they should add, is, again, I'm going to reference Enlisted. Give more life to the crews, you know, like, I want to feel a bit more immersed, because in Enlisted, your squads, they have faces, they have names, you know, they're not the same copy-paste character every time. Sure, they're similar, but, you know, there's a bit of differences in them. And it's like, you know, you can get much more immersed in Enlisted, I find, because, you know, your crew are characters, they're not just, you know, another part of the tank. And I think they could integrate this in with, like, the crew upgrade system, and, you know, maybe some cool new like hangar screen or something. You know, I feel like there's plenty of room for them to work on here. Like, just add more to the crew. I feel like at the moment the crew mechanic is sort of like, they're just sort of there because your plane can't be flown by no one, or your tank can't be driven by no one. Like, I feel like, yeah, they could add more to it than just being like a small underutilized, like a small, like, currently it's just like a small skill tree, and it's like, it could be so much more than that. I feel like there's so much potential for crew in this game that would be really cool to see developed on, and maybe we'll get that with the infantry, or maybe not. We'll have to wait and see what the future holds in regard to that. That's all I've got time for today. Sorry for a short one, but, you know, I'd rather make a short video on this topic than drag this video out to being like 10 minutes long, talking about 3 things. I could add more points, I do have more updates, update ideas, you know, I think it would be cool to see, but I don't want to just drag on and on and on and on. I value your time and I value mine. So yeah, hope you had a nice day, or having a nice day, whatever time it is, I don't know. And I'll see you guys again next Monday, or every day in between the short. Goodbye.